The world's veiled in darkness. The wind stops, the sea is wild, and the earth begins to rot. The people wait, their only hope a prophecy. When the world is in darkness, 4 warriors will come. After a long journey, 4 young warriors arrive, each holding an orb. And thus, our journey begins. And let's play Final Fantasy I for the NES. The OG. The original Final Fantasy I from the NES. And probably my #1 favorite game of all time. Just from the fact that I've been playing it for at least the better part of 30 years. The number of times I keep coming back to it. And it just the replayability of it and all that fun stuff. So, yeah. As of right now, this is definitely far and away at the top of my list. As being the #1, my favorite game of all time. And the fact that I have a playthrough already of Final Fantasy I, the PlayStation 1 remake of it, the Final Fantasy Origins version of it, I would probably definitely lean more on it being my favorite game of all time. But this is an LP I have been considering doing for a very long time. Potentially even as far back as before I even started the Final Fantasy Origins playthrough of it. In that playthrough, I used a specific party. And I chose that specific party because I felt it was the most newcomer friendly. So a person playing through the game for the first time would have the, I guess, quote-unquote best time going through the game as far as difficulty goes and all that fun stuff. This party I plan to use in this playthrough is a party I was very much debating on whether using it for that playthrough. But ultimately, I did decide to go with the newcomer-friendly party, and then I put this one off to potentially play it again at a later date, and then I can't remember if I made the decision to do the party for this version of the game back then, but ultimately, that's where I ended up deciding to do it, is in the original, so yeah. Alright, before we get any much deeper into that, as you can see, we don't have much of a menu here. Don't even have a title card or anything like that. What gives? Well, it's a rather big game for what it is. So yeah, for an NES game. So yeah, I guess maybe they didn't have the room for it. Who knows? But all right. So at the bottom there, you see the respond rate. You can see the number changing there. That's me. That's me hitting the left and right on the D-pad, and that's what changes the respond rate. The respond rate basically just controls the speed at which messages appear in battle. So yeah, 1 is the slowest, 8 being the fastest. I find 8 to be just fine. If things are going a little too fast for you, I'd probably say maybe turn it down to 6, because any slower than that, it will start to. You may find that it starts to drag. So yeah, probably say anywhere from 6 to 8 should be a good speed for anybody playing it. So yeah, new and old. So yeah. All right, so let's start a new game. All right, to the party selection, there are a total of 6 different classes, and we can choose mix and match whatever we want. 4 of them. Now, unless you're going for a all thief party, all black belt, all red mage party, or whatever, generally the person you want in the front is going to be your tank because of how the battle system works in this game. There aren't really distinctive rows, so to speak, in battle, but there are implied rows, and what that means is the person that is in the first slot, in the leading slot, will receive about 50% of all single target attacks coming into the party. So yeah, you want that person to be your tank, to have the most HP, to have the best armor, and potentially the best weapons as well. So in that case, the fighter will always take the cake. He is by far the best at all those things. Alright, so how are we going to name him? Well, we've only only got 4 characters we can use for a name. So in this case, let's keep it simple. Let's call him Mark. Mark being short for Marcus, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe Marcus is actually, it translates to something like a warrior or something like that. Can't remember where, it may actually be Latin or something like that, but yeah, so we're going with Mark because it's a nice fitting name for him, being a fighter. The next party member And the person that will likely be receiving 25% of all attacks coming into the party, physical or single target attacks, we want him to be pretty decent with armor. And yeah, so in this case, the Red Mage. Let's go with the Red Mage. Red Mage is very much a jack of all trades in that he's a master of nothing, but is good at pretty much everything. He's good at, he can cast some white magic, he can cast some black magic, a good amount of it. He can equip decent armor, and he can equip decent weapons as well. So yeah, let's give him a name. And yeah, well, seeing as he's such an efficient character, let's give him the name Luke. Has nothing to do with what his name means, but you'll probably start to see a pattern with these names. Alright, next up in the 3rd and 4th slots, you can actually interchange these because both of them receive 12.5% of all single target attacks coming into the party. So yeah, 25% split down the middle. In this case, I am going to be choosing a thief, the infamous thief. In the Final Fantasy Origins playthrough, I made this particular party member a monk, or in this case, would be a black belt. I'm going with the thief because of the fact that the weapons that the fighter can't equip can be equipped by the thief. And I find him to be, combined with the fighter and Red Mage, tends to be the most fun party to play with. Because yeah, he can equip some really good armors. He can actually cast some black magic late game as well. Not to the extent of the Red Mage, or definitely not to the extent of the Black Mage, because even the Red Mage falls short of the Black Mage. Well, Black Mage can cast all the black magic. Red Mage can cast most of it. The Thief can cast some very important ones. So yeah, let's go with the Thief here. Now, for the Thief, emphasis on Thief. And I apologize beforehand for anybody that may be a lawyer in the audience that may take offense to this. But I can think of one particular lawyer who had the name of Matt, and we are carrying that name forward here. Goes through a bit of a character change throughout the game as well. So yeah, and then finally in the 4th and final slot, the ever so important. I'd probably say any party is not complete without one. The good old White Mage. And the White Mage is very much going to be an undead specialist, great for healing and reviving, and actually not all that bad as far as mages go in terms of physical damage. So let's go with the White Mage because of how important the white magic is. And helping us survive in those dire circumstances. Let's call him John. And there's our party. Fighter, Red Mage, Thief, and White Mage. Alright, so if you didn't input the party members just like that, where maybe you scrambled them up a bit and you want to change the order that they are, you can press the select button. And it'll bring up this, and you can move them around to your heart's content, rearrange them to where you want them to be, and you should be good to go. So, yeah. Alright, so, yeah, they're right outside of a town here, so let's go find out what's going on here. Oop. This is Corneria, the Dream City. Oh, okay. I'm Arelon, the dancer. I guess she must be have the day off maybe, or practicing for a show later on. Warriors, revive the power of the orbs. Okay. It's kind of random. Random thing to shout at a stranger, but please save the princess. Okay, that's a bit more appropriate to be pleading for, if your city's princess has been kidnapped or something like that, or maybe she's fallen ill, hopefully not. Yeah, definitely something to be concerned about, I guess. Lucan left this town to join his colleagues at Crescent Lake. Oh, okay. Good day, sir. I guess there must be a reason he's standing behind there. But anyways, all by himself. Here, the king is sure that someday the Light Warriors will come to save the princess, just as in Lucan's prophecy. Ah, it's a shame that Lucan isn't here anymore. Maybe we could ask him about that. Alright. But you, good sir, my home is Provoca, a beautiful port city far east of here. Okay. Well, safe travels home, I guess. On your way home. How about you? Please save the princess. Well, alright, well. Let's take a look at the fountain here. See your face upon the clean water. How dirty. Come, wash your face. Oh, magical fountain that talks. Neat. And hopefully nobody's fallen down here. This is a well. You might think that there might be something to it, but in fact it is just an ordinary well. Alrighty, well. Alright, well, sounds like there's problems going on at the castle, most notably the princess, possibly. Something's happened to her. Let's ask around and see if we can't get any more information about the situation. The king is looking for light warriors. You do not happen to be them, do you? I don't know. Well, maybe the king knows something. I feel like somebody that's a prophet might have had some interactions with the king. So maybe he's got a bit more information. 400 years ago, the treasury was locked by the mystic key. Our ancestors gave the key to the Prince of Elfland for safekeeping. Oh, a bit of an extra bit of a security, I guess you could say. Should the kingdom be embroiled in a war, then yeah, they can't just break into the treasury. They can, I guess you could say, stabilize the economy in that case. So yeah. Yep. Oh, okay. Yes, this must be the treasury. All right. Well, keep it safe, gentlemen. Keep it safe. All right. Who else is around here? Alright, let's check this room first. And I'll try the other one. Oh. Oh, my sister. Oh. Well. As harsh as this may sound, it seems like the king and queen have prepared for the worst in the case that something happens to one of their children. I am Jane, Queen of Corneria. Please save my daughter, Princess Sarah. Oh, the pleas of a desperate parent, you know. Please save the princess, and probably definitely the servants and maids as well. Garland used to be a good knight until... Oh. What happened to Garland? Wait, why do I feel the presence of somebody else? The princess was looking for you. Whoa! I wonder if this must be the what is it? The wizard, oh, what are they called? You know what I'm talking about. Court wizard? Why does it... I feel like that's wrong, but... Anybody down here? Oh, there is. Reports say that Garland holds a princess in a temple to the northwest. Well, regardless of whether we're the Light Warriors or not, we know where she is. There's 4 of us. How hard could it possibly be for 4 people to rescue one princess, you know? The king is looking for the Light Warriors. You don't happen to be them, do you? Can't say. Your Honor. Your Majesty. Light Warriors, just as in Lucan's prophecy. Garland has kidnapped the princess. Please help her. Oh, well, the king certainly thinks we are the Light Warriors. Well, we've got the numbers, so maybe we do have a shot at this. Now, if the king thinks we are the Light Warriors, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. But the king did ask us to rescue his daughter, so I guess we better think about doing that. Alright, so in town here, obviously we got the weapon shop, the armor shop, white and black magic, and over here is the item shop, the decanter there, and then you've got this shop, which is a clinic which revives any dead party members, which I hope I never have to use in this playthrough. Because, yeah, in this game, your party members level up at the exact same rate, which means if any of them die and you gain experience point, the other party members gain experience, it makes your party get all wonky on their level ups. So yeah, especially at the beginning of the game, that is definitely something you do not want to get, don't really want to have happen too often, if at all. And yeah. Alright, later in the game it's probably not that bad, not that dire if it happens, but yeah, just the early game, you definitely need those levels, so yeah. Alright, so yeah, we got Mark here with the most HP. As you can see, he's definitely the strongest of the party members as well. So you got Luke here. Nice, well-rounded individual there. Very efficient. And you can see he's got 2 spell charges in the level 1 slot there. You got 8 levels of magic here. I believe he can use up to level 7, the red mage can. And then we got the thief here. Pretty moderate HP levels, moderate everything else really. Nice luck stat there. Unfortunately, the luck stat in this game means nothing. Does nothing. So, yeah. And then we got John here, our white mage. High on the intelligence. Again, unfortunately, like the luck stat, it does nothing in this game. So, yeah. Got some good vitality there. Good for... vitality is good for HP gains, level up. So, yeah. I think it's like 10% of your vitality gets you, or as added to your HP or something like that. But, yeah. And then, obviously, he's got 2 levels of white magic that he doesn't have. So, alright, so first up, let's start with the armor. It's a good way to start anything in an RPG. Alright, so as far as my equipment purchases go, as far as armor goes, is definitely very much going to be tailored towards that whole 50, 25, 12.5, 12.5 amounts for battles. So in this case, I'd probably, unless you've got a party of all 4 the same class, I'd probably say just buy armor for the first 2, and the last 2 will very much rely on their evasion to help them out of any sticky situations. So, or mitigate any damage coming in. So, yeah, let's go with because yeah, the armor does weigh you down as well. So the more armor that the people in the lower slots, the armor won't be as good, and yeah, it'll weigh you down more, and yeah, it'll weigh you down more than your evasion can, or the defense that the defense it provides. So yeah, in this case, I want to buy 2 chainmails, 1 for Merc and 1 for Luke. There we go. I believe the thief can only wear the wooden armor, so yeah, that's the best he can equip. So yeah. All right, and let's check out the armory here, the weapon shop. Alright, lots of good stuff here. Generally, you want to buy something for everybody. I'll have listed in the video description suggestions for other party members, but I probably won't do that too. Probably won't make it a habit of doing that just because of, just the number of different parties that you can have. But for the start, I think I'll leave a few tips there if you want to take a look at them. So, yeah. But for this case, we want to buy 3 rapiers. 1 for Mark, 1 for Luke, and 1 for Matt. And then for the white mage, for John, we want to get him an iron hammer. There we go. I think the white mage might be able to equip the wooden staff, but straight up, the Iron Hammer is the way to go for the White Mage there. So, yeah. Alright, let's check out what magic they have, what spells they are teaching. Alright, let's check out for Luke for the black magic. We want to get him a fire spell for him. That's good for him, since he's only got 2 uses of it. Don't really have any purpose for having more than 1 spell. And then for John, we want to get him a good old cure spell. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so we are broke. Great. Well, we need to equip this stuff anyway, so let's do that. So yeah, you definitely have to keep an eye on your equipment, and yeah, in this game. But after equipping all that, we get adjusted stats based on what you've got equipped, and yeah. Now, the weapons and armor, the armor, I'd probably say lean more towards the weapons side. There is a bug with the weapons, but not a bug that renders it useless. It's because of how the critical rates of the weapons are. They do have values associated with them, but they don't actually function according to those percentages. There are a total of 40 different weapons in the game, and each one is assigned a number from 1 to 40. And that number that number on the list that it is what determines its crit rate. So the weapon that's that has the number 1 associated with it as being like the first weapon in the list, that will have a 1 in 200 chance of getting a crit. And then I believe, no, I'm thinking of something else. Never mind. And then the weapon that has the number 40 associated with it would have a 1 in 5 chance of doing a crit. So yeah, that's how the crits work. And they do have, how should I say this? That hit percentage there is actually 2 purposes. One, it does influence the likelihood of actually hitting an enemy with the weapon you have equipped. So yeah, getting that higher is definitely a good way to go to help ensure you're getting consistent hits. But it also has a double role in that once it reaches a multiple of 32, you gain an additional attack. So in this case, if Mark here, as soon as he reaches a hit percentage of 32 or higher, he will be able to do 2 hits per round instead of just 1. So yeah, as long as it keeps going up by 32s, he'll gain an additional attack each time. So yeah, I think the highest that stat can go is 255, I believe, but I believe that getting it that high is only possible through cheating. So yeah, through the game genie. So yeah, as you can see, the stats there, looking at the evasion there, yeah, Mark has definitely got the lowest. Luke is second, and then yeah, just Matt and John are got the highest evasions there. So yeah. All right, and yeah, let's take a look at our magic here. So like I said, only got 2 spell charges there for level 1 for Luke, so just having the fire there is good, and the 2 heals there are good for John as well. So yeah, we're broke, which means we can't even save the game. Whatever shall we do? Well, how much money do they need? They need 30 gold. Well, they let us stay for free just in case. No, can't afford it. Alright, well, I guess we haven't earned our keep yet. Alright, and yeah, obviously we can't afford anything at the item shop, so I guess it leads to believe that we need to start earning some money. So, what's going to happen here? We've reached the end of the episode, but I'm just going to show you. I'm going to be grinding down here between now and next time, and I want to get to level 2. Imps are the only monsters you fight south of the city. If you go higher, you'll get higher experience points for the battles. They are tougher enemies as well, but I find the imps give you the best return in terms of gil, which obviously we are looking for right now. So, yeah, let's just send 1 at each. Should be able to take about each if they hit. Keyword if there. So, yeah. There we go. So yeah, you can run into anywhere from 3 to 5 imps per battle down here, and if you get into a battle with 5, I'd say use one of Luke's fire spells just to guarantee yourself taking one out in the first round, and then you can just take him down to 4, which, as you can see, was pretty simple endeavor there. So yeah. Alright, so yeah, that battle got us 6 experience points per party member alive. So yeah, that number can change based on, well, 1, the monsters you're fighting, but number 2, just how much it's getting split up. So yeah, in that fight, 6 experience points each, so basically those imps would have given us the same amount of experience for 1 party member as it did Gil. So yeah, a 1-to-1 ratio, so to speak. So yeah, we only need 34 or more experience for a level up to level 2. And as I said, I will be grinding up to level 2 down here. As far as healing goes, I'd probably say save it for when your HP gets below, I'd say 15 or so. I figure that's probably a good time to use it. Just cast one on them and then continue on, kind of thing. And barring any unforeseen circumstances, you should be able to get level 2 without any difficulties whatsoever. And yeah, you should have enough gil to save it at the end, which I will do. And you could even have some extra gold after that to put to use making some other purchases. So yeah, I'll get up to level 2, and then next time I'll meet you back at the inn, and we will go see about getting those purchases, and maybe even trying your hand at potentially saving Princess Sarah. This is Intrepid83 signing off. If you enjoyed the video, please hit like on your way out. Really helps the series here, especially gets it jump started, being the first episode. And I humbly thank you for your support. And yeah, hope you enjoy this series that we are on, the journey that we are on. And if you haven't subscribed yet, why not head on over to the channel, see if there's anything there that could potentially earn your subscription, and don't forget to hit the bell notification icon as well, because that further gives a bit more of a nudge to the support, and getting the series more recognition, and the series and the channel more recognition. And again, I humbly thank you for your support in that regard as well. And until next time, thank you all so very much for spending some of your time here today. Thank you for watching. Take care, be blessed, and have a good one.